Hi you guys, it's Lisa. Thanks for stopping at my channel. Today I'm going to do a little holiday design for you, and I've got some stuff on my desk here. Some Sean Petite stencils, a little stamp that I thought might work, a paper napkin, and we're going to work on a 6x7 MDF piece, and we're using some wallpaper scraps. This one here is a scrap of paper that looks like wood, and I have a piece of red and white plaid here. I thought it would be great for the wooden theme I'm going for, outdoors theme. And here is the paper napkin that I'm working with, and I was having a little problem getting it apart. I apologize for all the band-aids on my fingers, but yes, the hot glue gun has got me again. I'm working on lots of holiday crafts this time of year, and the hot glue gun got me a couple of times. Here I'm just using some clean water to cut out the image from the napkin, and it's just melting that edge. And I did not want any of the writing because I'm going to use a stencil for that. Using a bit of matte medium to adhere my pieces of wallpaper to the back. And I think I have a good layout here. I do paint my 3/4 inch MDF board with black paint before I put it together. It seems to save a lot of time in the end for me. And here I'm going to coat the top as well as the bottom of the piece of wallpaper that I set down. I'm hoping everyone's getting their holiday decorations up and enjoying this season with family and friends. It's a busy one, and I really look forward to after the holidays when things slow down and we can focus on the new year. So here I'm just adhering another piece of wallpaper that I thought may look like the ground where the truck with the tree could rest. Giving it a good coat, and then I'm letting it dry, and I'm back. I'm going to cut off the edges as we always do, and this is a rewarding part because it gives you the full idea of how your piece is coming together. I like how that plaid wallpaper kind of frames the small piece. I'm using some white gesso to put on my brayer, and I'm going to push that background to the back and make it all cohesive and work together. And also it looks a bit like snow on the ground, so I liked how that worked out. And of course we've got to let this dry also. Looking at my stencils, I have a few here from Sean Petite, and the one I'm going to use first, which I will link below in the description box, is going to be the Trees 3 stencil. I liked the tall pine trees on this stencil. And the other tree stencil I'm going to use is going to be Trees 2. I thought it had a nice variety of trees on it, and I wanted some to be a little bit different. So just adding the pine trees with my Archival ink and the makeup brushes. Of course, I'll link everything below with descriptions and links in case you want to purchase anything. The purchasing is right through Amazon or scrapbook.com, and there is no added expense to you. I just receive a small percentage of the sale, which supports my channel. So I appreciate it and thank you in advance if you do purchase through my links. I'm really liking how these trees are looking, so I'm just kind of placing my truck there to see if I needed more trees, and I did want one more tree in the background. I really like using this Archival ink. It really makes a crisp image, and I think I will focus on getting lots of other colors in the new year. I really like the Archival ink, and it dries so fast. It's real nice. Here I'm putting some smaller trees in, and I'm using a black and brown combination with the Archival ink. I just thought it would give it a little bit of contrast with all of the green trees going on. And I really liked how it turned out. It gives it a real woodsy outdoor feel. So again, I'm just trying to cut off some of that edging of the napkin using my water and a brush, just to get rid of a little bit more edge. I'm going to adhere the truck down with matte medium, and I'm kind of looking where I'm going to place my sentiment, and I'm going to use "'Tis the Season" with the from the Sean Petite stencil. Again, I will list below, and it is called "'Tis the Season," so how appropriate. I thought that I needed to pull those trees a little bit together, and I needed to mix up a little bit of paint to work on the trees. The colors I'm using is chopped pesto and the avocado. These two colors I use a lot, and I'm just adding a little bit of water so that it is a little bit more smooth, and we will fill in the trees so that they are not looking stenciled but looking more realistic and watercolored. I'm trying to adjust my camera here so that you can see. I hope that helps a little bit. And I'm just kind of quickly coloring in with my thin brush, and it seems to work. I like the trees, and you don't have to be precise. They are, again, trees, so they are all different, and I feel that the color that I mixed matched real good. So I'll do both sides, and I'll come back to you after I'm finished. I wanted to show you that I mixed up a dark brown with some black to get the dark brownish black for my trees. I didn't have that paint color, so I mixed it, and that is one thing I'm going to be doing more of, is mixing my own colors. I have 85 different colors of acrylic paint, and there's no need for me to buy another color. I need to get better at mixing my own colors. So here are the trees in the background, and I'm going to use my burnt umber, as I always do, and my water, and mix it up in this little dish. I've been saving this little dish because that's all I use it for, is the burnt umber and water wash that I use on almost every piece. Just dabbing it off with a little bit of water on my clean cloth and adding another layer to create the darkness that I want. I like the drips and the running part of the brown. And when I get it the way I want, I will set it aside and let that dry. I like it when it air dries better than using a heat tool on it. And here is the end result. Everything is dry. Again, I'm going to put down the napkin truck with my matte medium, and I have learned that a little bit more versus less is better when applying tissue paper or napkins. It works out a bit better, and I'm using my little tweezers to take off yet a little bit more of that napkin, being very careful not to rip the napkin image. I just didn't want it covering up my trees because it does give a little bit of tissue paper over the top. So I'm getting rid of as much as I possibly can without ripping. Being very careful. I know that it looks like I'm not because the video is sped up, but I am going quite slow here. And I feel like I am starting to mess with it too much. So when you feel that way, just stop because you don't want to wreck your image. I'm really liking how the truck is looking right now. And I'm giving it all one more quick coat of that matte medium. I thought that it was dry enough where I could work on the sentiment at the top and be very careful not to pull off that truck image. So I'm being careful not to rest my hand on the wet truck area, using a red that I really like, and it is from Simon Says Stamp, and it's called Schoolhouse Red. And this is a red that I've been using on a lot of my Christmas projects. And look how wonderful it matches that truck and pulls that red from that plaid in the background. Now, I didn't have any red acrylic paint that I could use to cover up the hood of that truck. You could see the trees through the hood of the truck. So I tried to use the red ink with just a tiny bit of water and my brush and cover up that truck just a little bit. And it did work in the end. It is real nice, and that color of Schoolhouse Red from Simon Says Stamp is definitely a keeper, and I'm glad I have it in my stash. So here is my things that I use for finishing my pieces, and I just wanted to kind of go through what I have in this little cup here. Of course, my 6B Extra Soft Generals charcoal pencils. I'm going to outline the trees and the truck and smudge it with my finger. I also always use my Inktense watercolor pencil in the color of bark. I really like how that goes on. I use it with a brush and some water in my spray bottle. And here it is. I'm just trying to see which one is looking a bit better. And I think the combination of the two is real nice. I was looking for my pencil, what is it called? I'm not even quite sure. My pencil, it is a black one, and I couldn't find it at the moment, so I guess I'm going to have to search a little bit more. A Stabilo All is the name of the pencil that I was looking for. I'm just using a bit of water and a clean, wet, or damp towel to dab off some of the color from my watercolor pencil to get the shade just right. And it is a process that will get easier and easier as we practice it. And I like this process, so I don't mind. Here I'm using my white gel pen and I'm adding white highlights. This seems to be the best for me to put my white highlights in, and I love how it adds to that truck. Of course, I'm using my black chalk marker that I've been loving lately, and I'm putting that black edge around the piece that creates that border. This is a finishing piece for me that I just really, really enjoy. And I have a new product that I'm going to be adding snowflakes to the piece when we're all finished. It is a Doc P.H. Martin's bleed-proof white ink. And I just use it with my brush and some water. And this is a game changer. I really, really enjoy it. And you'll see the white splatters for the snow in the end. It is a great, great new product that I bought when I was at conference. Here's the pictures. Look at that great snow. And it stays real true white. So I'm glad you helped me with this piece. Thank you for stopping and enjoy the holiday season.